Spirits, ghosts, and things that exist in a dimension beyond our own have frightened people for hundreds of years. Could it be possible that when we die, our spirits move on to another place? While some believe that, it would appear that some spirits are not ready to move on to another plane, and instead have unfinished business. And sometimes those spirits are caught in photographs. Here are the 10 scariest photographs of ghosts. Number 10 is Major Leverson. Spirit photography has produced a large volume of unexplained photographs. Many of them involve simple portrait photographs of people, which later reveal a creeping spectral figure in the background. One of the most chilling examples of spirit photography is the ghost of Major Leverson. This photograph was taken in 1931. Its subject was a woman called Hortense Leverson. While most examples of spirit photography show an indistinct or unfamiliar figure, in this photograph we can see the face of her dead husband burned into the negative. The hovering, bodiless head is surrounded by a strange substance which some have identified as ectoplasm. Whether the ghost burned the image into the negative directly, or the spirit manifested itself over its wife's shoulder at the moment the picture was taken, is not known. Number 9 is the uninvited dinner guest. When taking a photograph of our friends and family at a special occasion, we often take more than one at a time, just to make sure that we capture the moment. In one particular case, this practice provided an eerie record of the moment a ghostly apparition manifested. Both photographs were taken in 1988 at a hotel in Austria. A group of friends had their pictures taken on the last night of their vacation. As they crowded around the dinner table posing for the camera, something horrifying happened. In the first picture, you can see the friends smiling at the camera. However, in the second, the head and shoulders of a mysterious grinning woman appears at the table. Its face is slightly blurred and its head larger than the others there, suggesting that it's closer to the camera, hovering in the center of the table. Number 8 is the Green Castle Watcher. In Greencastle, Indiana, there's a mansion which is associated with ghostly apparitions and frightening paranormal phenomena. Many have investigated this place, recording disembodied voices and witnessing unexplained ghostly lights. One investigator by the name of Guy Winters took some photographs of the mansion's exterior. When the investigation ended, Guy looked over the photographs and was shocked by what he found. In a handful of pictures, a ghostly, floating apparition of a woman can clearly be seen looking down at them from a darkened window. The watcher was not seen at the time, but an analysis of the photo negatives suggests that they had not been tampered with. This lends credence to the theory that spirits walk among us regularly, unseen by the naked eye watching us. Number 7 is the Glowing Girl. Photographer Neil Sandbach was photographing a farm in England in 2008. He was planning on using the images of the classic English farmhouse as well as the countryside for a wedding stationery project. Instead, he captured one of the eeriest spirit photographs of all time. The image was taken on a digital camera, and when Neil looked at it, he couldn't believe what he was seeing. Peering from around the corner of the house was a spectral figure. In the photo, it glowed with a phosphorus light and hovered over the ground. Neil was convinced that he had photographed the spirit of a small child wandering the grounds of the farmhouse. When staff at the farm were asked if they'd ever seen anything strange there, several mentioned the apparition of a young boy, which supported Neil's theory that the ghost child was real. Number 6 is a spectral pilot. In 1987, a group of friends visited a Fleet Air Arms station in Somerset, England. It was there that they were shown several naval aircraft which the Royal Navy maintains should they ever be needed to assist in sea operations. One of the friends was even allowed to sit in the passenger seat of an old helicopter and have her picture taken. At the time, there was no one in the helicopter with her, but when the photograph was developed, it told a different story. Sitting next to the woman was the distinct, transparent figure of a helicopter pilot. Many have suggested this apparition is a ghost of a dead pilot who haunts the base. Interestingly, the woman in the picture did complain at the time of feeling cold sitting in the helicopter, even though it was a warm, sunny day. Number 5 is the grip. While the exact date of the next photograph I'm about to show you has yet to be verified, it was reportedly taken in the city of Manila in the Philippines. Given the chilling content that it contains, it's understandable why those in the picture might want to remain anonymous. In one of the most harrowing examples of ghost photography ever captured, the picture shows two women posing for the camera in a street at night. Close to them, the blurred, misshapen figure of a man stands there. He's reaching out with his hand and actually grabbing the arm of one of the women. Many believe this picture has captured the image of a vengeful spirit who claws at the living out of bitterness for being condemned to the immaterial world for the dead. Number 4 is the Coventry Monk. During a convention gathering in 1985 at St. Mary's Guildhall in Coventry, England, a picture was taken of the evening dinner. In the photograph, we can see those attending dressed in their dinner apparel, bowing their heads as Grace has said. However, at the end of one of the tables, there's someone or something which is completely out of place. Standing next to the guests is a hooded figure which looks like a monk. Unlike everyone else who's bowing their head as a prayer is said, the faceless apparition stares from within its dark cowl at the proceedings. Some have suggested the fact that the figure is not praying at all, but instead that it indicates that it may be a demonic monk of some kind, a twisted representation of the Christian faith. No one there that night saw the figure, and yet it still made its disapproving presence known in the image. Number 3 is the unseen hand. Some of the most convincing ghost photographs appear when they are least expected. It's this ever-present phenomenon which is the most terrifying of all, as the spirits of the dead seem to be able to reveal themselves when and wherever they choose. That's the case of the unseen hand photograph. A highly respected photographer took a picture in 1903 of an old bureau for an antiques dealer in the United Kingdom. When the image was developed, the bureau could be seen in all of its glory, but so too could a mysterious ghostly hand. The hand was not attached to a body and touched the bureau as if it were its own. Some argue that the hand belongs to a previous owner of the bureau who couldn't bear to relinquish ownership of its prized possession. Wherever the bureau would go, so too would its former owner. Number 2 is the Bachelors Grove resident. In August of 1991, a group of paranormal investigators entered Bachelors Grove Cemetery in Chicago in search of evidence for the existence of the supernatural. The cemetery was already long abandoned by that point, with a nearby wood slowly consuming it. But between the still standing gravestones and overhanging branches of invading trees above, the paranormal investigators captured an incredible photograph. Sitting on a tombstone was an image of a woman. Her body was part fully manifested, while other sections, such as her neck, were completely transparent, her head hovering above her body. She sat there motionless, looking at the crumbling cemetery. The investigators claimed there was no one in the cemetery other than themselves, and this ghostly woman only appeared when the negatives were developed. And number 1 is the electric chair apparition. The electric chair has been used to execute countless prisoners. While debate rages about the morality of such executions, what can't be debated is that the chair is most certainly an instrument of death. Being purely constructed for such purposes, it's no surprise that one such chair produced a frightening, ghostly image. When an engineer took one such chair to his Tennessee home to make alterations to it, he took photographs to record his progress. In one of the photographs, a number of strange light anomalies appeared, but most terrifying of all was the ghostly image of a face, which appeared on the back of the chair, and the transparent hand which drooped over the armrest, a lifeless appendage of one of the chair's many victims.